Oh wait, are we on the right? There you go. Much better.
Read that notification.
That's my.
There it is.
Bro, it's kind of sucks that they got rid of the that app. I gotta read up more on it. Maybe they have a different one.
Oh, is that what it is? That the obvious one?
Yeah,
They got rid of it?
yeah, because I can't download it anymore.
Oh,
Hey,
Brenda,
Uilani,
you're
how's
on
it?
here already.
Huh?
Brenda's like, Joe, Matt, and everyone.
Yep.
Oh, you know I'm here already, huh?
Let's try it again. Eye of the list. Yeah, nope. Oh no, wait, what? No way.
Maybe just an update you needed?
Ovilus on.
Oh, I did have it. What the hell? Hey, Jacob and Jamet. How's it, Joy? Hello, hello. Joy. I woke up Monday morning and I'm like, oh my god, I had something to do on Sunday. I'm so sorry. I completely forgot I was going to come down to the hospital visit you guys. I'll make it a point to do it this weekend if can. How's Corey doing? Hey, Brenda. Hey, Matt. How's it? And it's going to be a little weird. I left my tripod at home, I think, so I have to bend down and look. So I might not be reading all the comments, but can you guys hear me good up here? I hope you guys can. I'm sitting up now, I'm not bending over. Let me get a little closer. Yeah. And hey, Uilani on YouTube as well. Right on. Yeah, I hope Corey's doing good. I think about him often when I'm driving. See if there's anything else I can do. Okay, you guys can hear me? Yeah, I got a couple friends showing up, I think, maybe. We'll see. A friend of mine that's moving back to the mainland. And so, yeah, she wanted to come out. So we ended up here, not he up here. We're at Judd. He's been very agitated and trying to pull out his tubes. Oh boy, yeah.
So it's kind of a good sign, though.
Yep.
I mean, mom's out of there.
Oh man.
I think that's your friend there, maybe.
Yeah. Hey, right on time. So tonight this could be a bunch of stories.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, I didn't bring my tripod, so you guys are now propped up against my chair. Jana, how's it? How's it? Well, tonight's some of my favorite stories. If you guys want to hear one of your favorite stories, just mention it in chat, and I'll see if I can remember that one, and I'll share that. I got these two Waynies from the mainland that don't know much about Hawaiian culture, so it's gonna be fun. Hey, Sandy again. Aussie Tiger, how's it? How's it? Also, I do have my Patreon set up. I have a little bit of fine tuning left to do. Um, but yes, I did get my Patreon setting up, and it should be done by tonight. I did put a lot of work into it and a lot of thought into it this week. I realized I don't think I can travel to the outer islands or the mainland every month. Maybe I'll try every other month. You know, bills to pay and stuff. Ah, hold on, be right back. Hello. Ah.
Hi.
Mecca. Hi.
That's Matt.
Hi, Matt.
How's it? How are you?
I'm Becca.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Sorry,
That's
didn't mean to
okay.
step on your foot.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
I'm the one who wears
Oh,
sandals.
sorry. No, it's okay. Here,
Okay.
Not quite as fun as staying at home doing nothing, but I mean,
Okay, that's enough.
Ugh.
Are you living?
I did North Shore all day yesterday. It's a
Yeah.
long drive, I know.
I'm just lazy. That's all. And
Yeah, well, I was paid to do it, so I was working. Yeah. So we're live on both devices now.
Suck
Yeah.
all my fans.
So I'm not going to be reading chat too much because I got bad eyesight and I don't have glasses. You guys are a little far away, but yeah. Welcome to Judd Trail, Morgan's Corner. This is a place that's infamously known to be haunted. But it's not bad. Is this your first time to Hawaii, Becca?
No.
Huh?
No.
No. Okay, so have you heard some of the stories in lore before?
From Kauai, but not a while.
Kauai. Ooh, nice. I gotta pick your brain. That's the island I want to go to.
Oh. Whoa, who just said that? Oh.
Hey, it's working again. Whole noun. The obelisk, it says random words. But I think I'm gonna change it to be a little bit.
It says
Obelisk.
Oh.
Obelisk.
There you go.
Are you gonna give it a different accent? Do you have choices?
Let's see. I can do
I
no.
want to
Just
hear an Australian dude.
no. It's just tones.
No? Okay. I mean,
Obelisk.
Oh.
Obelisk. Obelisk.
Whoa, no, no.
Obelisk. Obelisk.
Wiki,
Obelisk. Obelisk. Obelisk.
Okay, here we go. Sorry, I'm having fun.
Farmers.
Summers, farmers. Oh, interesting
Thing.
thing. I had this thing on, and no words came up. Like for like 2 or 3 weeks, not a single word in like 2 hours each time. I'll go turn on the other one, but my other one is sitting on this.
I'm gonna tell you what the
You know what? We'll do this. Keith, how's it? Troy, how's it? How's it? Let's run 2
Ooh, it's
obelisks.
8:08. We are
Obelisk.
that's the
On.
end. Oh.
Okay, there we go. We got 2 obelisks going. So yeah, this during the Battle of Oahu, in the 1790s, Kamehameha's forces landed on the other side of Diamond Head. I want to say 12,000, 13,000 strong. And like the canoes went all around Diamond Head. You could walk on the water over the canoes. They fought the army of Oahu, which composed of about 6,000 men. And women, actually. They came around over here. Kamehameha then blocked off the
Vapor.
valley entrance. Bacon. Oh, vapor. Okay, that's a new word. And routed the army of Oahu, led by Kalani Kupuli, up this valley here, towards the Pali. Pali is cliff or precipice. And so the fate that awaited them was to be pushed over the cliff. And they worked their way up here slowly, steadily. There were cannons on Punch Bowl that were shooting down at them. Punch Bowl was a big one, a big battle, part of the battle that they won. Because Kamehameha's men just went right up through the walls and everything and made them all retreat up into this valley. Over here was, I would say, the last stand. Everybody knows about the Pali Lookout and how the warriors were pushed over. But over here, I would say, is where more of the warriors had died. This is a trail that will take you to Manoa, that will take you to all the other valleys over between here and Manoa. So this was the trail that the warriors of Oahu, they held this trail as long as they could so that their family and the other people in the valley, the commoners, the Maka'inana, could cross over and escape. Right? So this was the price that they paid with their blood. The ground they were standing on had a lot of people sacrificed their lives for their family and all of that stuff, but little did they know Kamehameha's strongest force, the elite force, were coming right over that trail towards this way. It doesn't really say what happened to them, but it was more or less, Kamehameha wasn't bloodthirsty, but he, at the lookout, he gave the warriors an option, is from what I read, to join him or to go over. And many of them decided to jump. The higher chiefs decided to jump, so they wouldn't end up as human sacrifices because they weren't given that option. They would have been sacrificed to Kukailimoku, the god of war. So it's over here, which I have been to almost 20 years now, coming here, telling ghost stories, because the place can feel really heavy sometimes. There's a lot of spirits, but the spirits are very pono, for the most part, as long as you are respectful. Are you sleeping, Casey?
No, I'm looking at the clouds. Was I just calmly breathing?
When I saw your head back, I was like, oh.
No, I'm looking at the clouds and seeing if anything shows up.
So I've seen bad things happen here. I've seen good things happen here. I've had mostly good things, which is why I can come here by myself and do a live, or I can come here by myself in the middle of the night. And yeah, for the whole month of October this year, I've had Matt, which is awesome. But last year I had Matt. 2023, it was most of the nights just me, solo, in a chair over here in the pitch black for an hour and a half, telling those stories. They like to come around and they like to listen to the stories. Yeah. So yeah, we have a lot of cool stuff here. Let's see. All right. So yeah, some of to me, like there's a village over here, a village of spirits. And that's the reason why it's good. I've got to meet them once.
It's a little community.
Yeah. Following something very bad that happened on the tour. So I'll go tell you guys that story, one of my favorite stories. We had this guy, real fast. That's equipment. Those lights will change color when there's an electromagnetic disturbance. That red thing over there, if something gets close to it, it will go on, if anything does come up the trail. And that's kind of what we use to gauge whether or not we have them coming a little bit closer and that kind of stuff, because they're always around here. But I'm really calm, yeah, since we got here, man.
Yep. Yep. Definitely. Super calm.
Yeah. I was down here one night, I think it was 2011, and we would switch. I was doing the ghost tours. We would switch. Oh, thank you. Okay. You're welcome.
What word did that just say?
This one said thank. And we had a guide who was kind of new, and he just loved to scare people. He loved to just scare the crap out of people. Mostly tourists, right? And so he would make up stories. Alignment. Okay. He would make up stories. What's alignment?
I don't know.
You guys had a look.
I know.
Well,
I was
who's saying
checking.
that?
It's
No,
the
obelisk, random word generator.
Oh,
It said alignment.
Yeah.
I like that word.
Yeah.
Same.
He would make up stories over here, and the spirits were very angry. So one night I came over here and I could feel the anger. He was over there telling the stories. There were about 23, 24 people on the group, and I was standing off to the side, and this place felt really angry. And there was a military guy. I remember he had a lantern. He asked me what I was feeling, because he could feel it too. I said, what are you feeling? He said, I feel like this place is really mad. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. This place is really mad. And the trees were creaking. Like, it was windy. The wind was really strong, but the trees were moving back and forth, making these loud creaking noises. And it's a little unnerving, right? As he started talking, the wind picked up. It got more. The creaking got louder. I thought a tree was going to fall on us, right? And I could feel right down there in the trail something really angry trying to come up. So I stood at the edge of this little edge up here, and I just stood at the edge, and I'm like, okay, you cannot come up here. Leave us alone. Stay down there. I'm like, you're not welcome here. And the lady next to me, she had a random word generator. It said, thou, you. And I'm like, me? Then I remember, this is not my area. Who am I to kick the spirits that live here out of their home, right? And I forget what happened. I have it written down somewhere, but like we had a whole conversation with the random word generator. I would say something and it would say something in response. And then finally it got really, really bad. Like I looked at the group and I'm like, okay guys, we need to leave. So everybody was still taking pictures. I got half of the group to leave. They got back into the vans parked over here. And then the other half was still taking pictures. And I'm like, guys, we need to go. And they're like, no, there's stuff happening right now. I'm like, yeah. And they're pissed. We need to go. We need to get out of here. Oh, but it's cool. There's activity. I'm like, brah, come on, let's just go. And then finally I'm like, you know what? You guys can call a cab then. Yeah. It was 2011. There wasn't Uber. Like, you guys can call a cab then, right? And I start walking back to the van. I'm like, we're leaving in 1 minute. Then everybody comes running back to the van. And everyone in the van's like, oh, it's not fair. So they all start running this way. And I'm like, brah, this is chaos. And then finally I'm like, guys, we're leaving in 1 minute. We get everybody into the van. The other guide who's parked behind me
No.
is looking around. Noun. We got that word here too. Um, and he's parked behind me, and he walks up to my door, and he looks at me. And I'm like, oh, what's up? He's like, oh, this place is something tonight. I'm like, yeah, this place is something. He's like, no worry, I get him. I'm like, okay, what you gonna do? He's like, no worry. He walks back to his van, comes back with a coconut. First thought in my head, bro, you just carry random coconuts in your van. You know, what the? Then it occurred to me he's gonna do an offering, a whole kuku, and apologize, right? An offering to the spirits. And I'm like, okay, that's pono, that's good. So right in front of my car, he places it down, or he starts placing it down on the concrete barrier, and the trees right over here, feet away from us, start creaking and making noise. And he grabs the coconut, and then he just starts bashing it into the concrete barrier, and he's yelling, get out of here, you're not welcome, leave, aole pilikia, you know, hoi, telling them, leave, get out of here, you're not welcome here, you don't belong here. And the creaking gets louder and louder, the wind picks up, the trees are bending, okay, with the force of the wind. And I'm like, just standing there, my freaking stomach is in my throat, because I didn't expect him to just start screaming right next to me. You know what I mean? And then the coconut breaks, and he grabs the pieces of the coconut and starts throwing it at the tree that's creaking. And then everything stops. The wind stops, the noise stops, everything just pauses. And he looked at me, he's like, oh, ya, don't scare him away. And I'm like, bro, you just made everything worse. And then the wind returned even worse than before, and the trees and everything. And I'm like, bro, let's get the hell out of here. Yeah, good idea. That pause was a shock. It was like, what did he just do to us? You know? And we left, and we continued the ghost tour to other haunted places. The next night was an interesting night, because we had taps from ghost hunters on the Sci-Fi TV network. They came on our tour. Wheat. They came on the tour, and
Is
they
that a
were-
warning for me?
wheat.
That's what I'm allergic to. Watch out, you're about to have
Might
a
as well just say
reaction.
death, man. You know? We had a sold out tour, and they just wanted to have fun. Like, I don't know, you guys watch Ghost Hunters. We have the Adam. He's a gay guy, and he's really flamboyant. Him and his boyfriend, they wanted to sit on each other's laps in the front seat.
Yikes.
Yeah. He wanted to sit on each other's laps, and I'm like, bro, this is the front seat. You cannot do that. I'm going to get a ticket. Oh, come on, man. I just want to have fun and blah, 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 and, you know, that kind of stuff. So I tell them no. They go ride with the other guy, Uncle Joe, who's one of the senior ghost tours that night. They rode with Uncle Joe, so they could sit in each other's laps. I'm like, bro, come on. We get over here, and right where I park is sitting a big black dog. Just sitting, facing me as I'm pulling in, just cruising. Now, keep in mind, over here is where we tell the story of Kaupe, who's half man, half dog, who appears as a big black dog, and he's a cannibal, and he terrorizes people.
That's horrible.
And I'm like, I'm getting kind of freaked out, because I'm looking at this dog, and he's clearly there waiting for us. And I'm in the car like 5-10 minutes, and I'm like, I call up Uncle Joe, who's right behind me. Uncle Joe, get one black dog right over here. He's like, bro, what? I'm like, bro, get one big black dog right where I park. Oh, no way, bro. You think that's Kaupe? I'm like, bro, I don't know, but it's waiting for us to get out of the car. Just sitting down. A Hawaiian lady in the back is like, so what? You don't think that's a guardian? And I'm like, we have Aumakua, right? Animal guardians. And I'm like, no, I've never heard of a dog as an Aumakua. And she mentioned, she's like, oh yeah, I don't think Hawaiians would have protectors of things that they eat. You know? What?
I said Juji.
Black dogs.
mine.
Well, any kind of dog actually, but your dog wouldn't feed anybody.
Yeah, my dog.
Your dog would be poo-poos, you know.
Yeah,
You should have named them
that's
poo-poo.
it. Oh, I should. I'm gonna start, instead of calling her Gigi, I'll just start calling her Poo Poo. You little appetizer. You little Poo Poo. I'll work on that. Sorry.
No
Anyway.
way. I ended up working up enough courage, getting out of my car, and we do the site. And this dog is right at my side. The whole time we're here, I go into the clearing. This dog is right at my side. I stop. He sits down next to me, and I'm like, "What the hell? This dog was here for me." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm not scared anymore because this is a nice dog. You know, tail wagging. You know, just a regular friendly dog, and smelled real bad, but." Like, I've never seen a dog here. That's the only time I've ever seen a dog. I think I've seen cats here 3 times, maybe 4 times. You know, and that's coming here every night for October almost, and like once a week throughout the entire year for several years, you know. We leave the site, everything's good. I kind of wanted to bring the dog home with me, but it's really snowing really bad, so I couldn't let it in the car. I get a call from my friend who's a librarian on the way home, and he tells me he found some stories in the library that he wanted to share with me because one of my favorite stories and my favorite, I guess, person is Kaupe, who's intrigued me the most because I've seen him numerous times growing up. This cannibal dog man, right? He's like, so I found this journal way back from Kamehameha's time where Kamehameha was gifted several dogs. One was a big black dog. He set the dog free in the Oahu Valley and told him to be a guardian. And he named him Kaupe.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh, that is awesome. I think I met him tonight, you know. Oh yeah, I forgot one part of the story was the night that everything happened. I called up my boss who was in Florida, and I told him, brah, you gotta talk to this other guy. Someone is gonna get hurt. Okay, this guy is gonna lie. This guy is creating plenty pilikia. He's creating chaos. People are picking up on it. You know, the liability if someone gets hurt. I don't want to deal with that. And so me and him are talking. I had to work at Home Depot, so I'm in Aiea driving around in a little parking lot. And I notice there's a little flickering light, one light flickering, and I'm like, I don't care about flickering lights at this point. You know what I mean? After what happened tonight. And eventually, about maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes, I'm just driving around the parking lot talking to him to do something. And I pull over, just subconsciously, right in front of the place that was flickering, not flickering anymore, but then it starts to flicker again. As I'm telling Chris, my boss, this means something. There is a sign. There is a lesson we need to learn from this. And then I look at the store right in front of me. Its name is Pono Uhane, respect the spirits. And I took a picture, sent it to him. I'm like, brah, look at this. Here's the message we're looking for. So the third night after the Ghost Hunters, I came back here on the tour, after the tour, with 2 friends. I had planned to bring ava and bring other food as an offering, a peace offering, right? To say sorry about my dumb coworker. So 1 o'clock in the morning, we're walking down the trail, down to the river's edge. And I'm going to sit down and mix the ava and prepare the offerings and stuff. And my friend who's with me, one of them, she's psychic. Her name's Jennifer. And Jennifer is like, I told her before what I'm going to do. And she's like, oh yeah, they know already. I'm like, how do you think it's going to be received? She's like, Joe, they're already catching fish and they're making poi for tonight. It's going to be a big party. And I'm like, really? She's like, yeah, the spirits are looking forward to it. They're going to have a big party and they're going to drink ava. Walking down, it felt like I was at a family luau. It felt like a big party. There was noises everywhere. There were just, I don't know what they were, but it just felt like there were a ton of people around me, and it was all family. That's how comfortable it felt. At 1 o'clock in the morning, walking down here in the pitch black. So I sat down by the river, by a rock, and I started mixing the ava. As I'm talking to Jennifer, and she's like, oh, there's an older Hawaiian man with a white cloth that he's wearing, and he wants to talk to you. I'm like, the kahuna, the priest. She's like, yeah, he's a priest. She's from New York, so she doesn't know a lot of the words or anything about the Hawaiian culture. She's like, yeah, he's nodding his head. He's the kahuna. She said he wants to talk to you. And I'm like, okay. We'll tell him that I'm sorry for what happened the other night. She's like, yeah, he could hear you fine. You know. So I'm like, I'm sorry for what happened the other night. My coworker's stupid. You know, I'm sorry if it caused any kind of trouble. And she's like, he wants me to tell you that when your coworker was throwing the coconut, he hit a small child. And that's what pissed him off. You know, and the lying and everything else. And we were just talking up a storm, and we were just going back and forth like that. I don't even remember most of what we were saying, but the wind came. The strong wind blew around us. Like imagine, like I'm sitting right here. The wind does not touch us, but it goes about 10, 15 feet out in a circle and blows around us like we're in this eye of the storm. I could see all the trees moving. I could watch all of the wind. I could hear noises at the edge. My other friend, Obake, started taking pictures, and he walks to the edge, and he jumps and runs back. He was hearing somebody talking to him in the wind. He heard a woman telling him aloha, you know, right at the edge. And Jennifer explained to me that when I brought the ava, all the spirits wanted to come and drink it, but it wasn't meant for them. So they weren't allowed to come close. Yeah. And yeah, then everything was fine after that, but you can kind of see what kind of a place this is from that story. Yeah. How are the comments over here? Hey guys, how's it? There's Zena, Neil, Charity. Hi, how's it? Aloha guys and gals. Chris Wong, Phoebe. All right, and Drake, how's it? Can you rap? Not good, McNugget. Right on. Oh yeah, this place has many surprises. Just last October, before I, started going out with this guy every night, right? I did an offering, because the night before I was over here, or maybe a couple nights before, and two of my friends watching the video that are sensitive psychics said that they, this is probably by far one of my favorites, just because it was so awesome. There was a Hawaiian god named Kanaloa, the god of the ocean, that wanted an offering, and I've never come across him before, you know. And so I'm like, Kanaloa, I don't even know much about him, you know, but he wanted an offering. And my friends both tasted dry aku in their mouth when he told them that he wanted an offering. So I bought dry aku, wrapped it up in tea leaf, brought some ava, mixed the ava down there, and I was by myself all the way down on the bottom. And it was scary. Okay, walking, no problem. Setting up like this by myself with my tripod, my chair, my table, you know what I mean? I'm like, you can't just run, yeah, because you got to go back and grab all your stuff. So I'm down over there, and it's scary. You are by yourself, and down there is so much darker. You don't see the sky. You don't see anything around you. It's just pitch black everywhere, even with the flashlights on, you know. So I make the offering, and I mix the ava, and I put them on a little tree stump, and I start telling stories of Ku, the god of war. I've had a few encounters with him as well. And as I'm doing that, like right here is the offering, okay, on a tree stump. That's how close it is to me. In the pitch black, I can hear somebody eating. I can hear the smacking of lips, and I'm just like, what the frick? I turn my light on, there's nothing. There's nobody there. There's nothing there. The offering is inside the ho'okupu. The food is in the ho'okupu, wrapped in tea leaf, and I'm still hearing this. You know, they were just macking the food. And it was so cool. The energy around me I was in the presence of two Hawaiian gods that were friendly at that time anyway. And they were enjoying hanging out, listening to the stories, and there were a lot of others that came around as well. It went from being terrifying when I was setting up to just absolutely one of my best nights. I mean, I could feel everything. I left the offerings down there. We came back, 2 weeks later, man?
Yep.
2 or 3 weeks later?
2 weeks, yeah.
The offering was still fresh. I put 2 bananas. The bananas were still yellow. After 2-3 weeks in the forest, in the rainforest, They don't even last 3 days in my house, you know, before they turn brown. And so we're walking by, and we're like, man, look at that. That's weird, huh? The ava was still in the cups. You know what I mean? I'm like, everything was still fresh. Then we went down the very next night, and it was rotted. And the cups were off, and they were blown down, right? And the smell was horrible.
That was bad.
The smell was just, oh man. It was like it aged in one day.
Yeah, the offering was on the ground too as well.
Yeah, the offering was on the ground.
Picked it up.
It's like,
But prior to that, like everything was like still super fresh, like as if he just put it there yesterday, kind of thing. And we came back that the next day or the day after, I think, and went down there, and it was like, oh, this area is totally different.
yeah. That was Halloween, yeah?
I think it was before that. It was prior to that.
Well, it was right before Halloween. I don't-
Kind of a while before, because I think it was a few days after I started coming out with you.
Oh, okay. Oh, when
And
we...
then, I think we did the cleanup after that.
Yeah.
A few days after, or the next day
The
or
next
something.
night, yeah.
Totally changed the whole place.
I remember
There
we was
so
down
much
there.
rubbish around here.
It was down there on Halloween when Obaki was down the road.
Ah,
Right,
right.
yeah.
Yeah. We were down there on Halloween.
Talking to the ghost man.
I think we had cleaned it up though already by then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think we
okay.
took it home.
Yeah.
Is this where you saw the spray painted rock?
No, that was before. There's been twice now. I've had to call 808 cleanups, and me and the guy, we go over here and we clean up the rocks. And I get a group Hawaiian Hauntings on Facebook, and he has a group of 808 cleanups. And first time we collabed, and we came over here, a bunch of us, and we cleaned. There were like 20 something rocks that people just tagged. One of them, the sacred rock. So yeah, that was years ago. It was on the news. It was cool. I gave a message on the news. No, don't don't graffiti. This is sacred. The ghost gonna get you. You know. But yeah, I don't know, what kind of stories have you heard, if any? Both you guys.
I usually, by the time you get to stories on your live, I fall asleep because I don't stay up as late.
Do you need caffeine?
I don't.
No. No, to me, the ghost stories are not stories that are meant to scare you. They're stories that are meant to teach you. There's always a lesson to be learned. There's always something to balance and imbalance. You notice how none of these things went off. Right. That happened, Mililani. It was just going off. No, it was the other one that just makes random, like the spirit boxing, which always goes off. And
The pictures.
no, this is a different one. See if I can pull it up on this. This my cracked one. Yep.
Crackhead.
Yeah, we get the money to fix it. I'll fix it, but not till then. Vox. It's one that makes all the little random. I don't know if this is the one. Yeah, this kind. It just makes noise. And it was making noise the whole time, and then I stopped and I shared a story, and the thing shut up the whole time, because we had this on a big speaker, yeah? And it didn't make a noise, and then I'm like, bro, you turned it off for what? It was like a 10-minute story, and then it went off again. And my friends were like, oh my god, it didn't even go off the whole time, they were listening this way.
It's a sound. It likes a good story. You still talking?
We were at Judd tonight.
Yeah, we're at Judd tonight, very dark. I have a light shining, if you can believe it. I don't have my tripod with me, so if I take you guys down for a walk, it's going to be two-handed.
Double-fisted.
Yeah. Have you guys heard stories of Pele?
Ooh, yes, please.
We'll turn this one back on.
Ovilus. On.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, I don't really feel like anything is happening yet tonight. I don't feel them. Yeah.
Earlier I think somebody came around earlier.
Mm.
That's it. Like, chilly. Hair stood up a little bit, but
Okay.
nothing scary. I mean, it was peaceful,
Yeah.
but it's definitely a colder sensation around here
Mm.
for a moment.
Okay.
This is why he was telling that one story about the tuna and stuff like that.
As I would tell stories on the group here, I would feel them all gathering around the people, you know. And like you watch the people just kind of move closer and closer together because they can feel people around them. So
Yeah.
just subconsciously kind of thing, right?
In a
It's because
crowd.
yeah,
Yeah.
because all the ghosts they like to come and listen to the ghost stories,
Yeah.
and so that's when I started doing my October thing over here. And I'm like, you know what? I realized even when I did the tour, the only common denominator is them. Yeah. And I decided, you know what, we're gonna do ghost stories for the ghosts because they seem to like it.
It's about them.
Yep.
It's like they're watching Entertainment Tonight.
I want to hear stories about their family.
Yeah.
I would.
You see, the Hawaiians, they had a connection to, they had a really deep connection to the spirit, the Aina. It was more than just them, right? Um, and so they lived in harmony with the spirits and with the land and all of that. Heck, the Hawaiians, we see the land, the Aina, as our ancestor. Like, that's grandma. You know, you don't want to go up to Mauna Kea and blow grandma up so you can build one telescope, right? Kind of thing. So, like, yeah, they just, the spirits were always there, but the gods were not like,
Ooh,
Bug.
buggy.
Yep.
Huh?
There's a bug.
I can hear.
oh,
him
they
outside
said
my
dog. I'm
ear.
like, what?
No, no, a bug.
Okay. Don't swat at the bugs because it might be bees.
Oh,
Just
one
warning.
just landed on my head. That's all. But it's gone.
Yeah, I got stung in my head.
Oh,
So
that's terrible. Okay, good.
yeah,
Thanks
just
for the
to
warning.
let you know, yeah. But the lights are not on us, so they're probably not bees.
I think the bee is like, they're sleeping.
Yeah.
I'd be sleeping.
I'm the one that had to work all day.
I know. I just drove all day. I'm just tired. It's 'cause
Yeah.
I'm packing up my place.
Oh yeah, the whole packing thing too. Yeah,
But
no
I'm
worry.
moving. I'm renting a place with some roommates that's cheap.
Oh,
So-
cool.
So I'll have a place here when I can take breaks.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. I wasn't ready to go all the way.
Like your own VR, your own what is it called? Timeshare that you can use anytime.
Yeah, pretty much. For super cheap rent. So
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And it's
Hey, Faye, how's it? I'm here with Matt, Becca. What's your name again?
stop.
Casey. I had a brain fart. Okay.
There's
Oh.
George.
Casey Shank.
Casey was a big part in helping out my sister. So she's Ohana, she's family. She did so much to help our family and my sister when we needed it the most too. So yeah, our family grew.
Aw. Thanks.
You, Jen Baker, everybody, man. Oh my God.
Karina was there. Canadian. All my,
People we
so
never
many
even
people.
knew.
I went to school with Jen Baker.
Jen Baker's from California.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Then it's a different
Probably
one.
no one.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna see her. I'm gonna see her. I'm flying to California first.
Oh, okay, for a layover.
Yeah, we're gonna have a girls' weekend.
Oh, a weekend layover. Sweet.
Yeah. She's got my van. She picked it up today.
Ah, don't have
It
too
was
much fun,
better.
huh?
I know.
Jen Baker's a party animal.
Yeah, she's a wild one. Just like Becca.
Hey.
Goes to bed at dark. Yeah, oh man, I've been thinking about that a lot lately. Last year, around this time. It was like just you and me sometimes.
It's nice to get out though, yeah. Just to get out into nature. Nice and cool.
Yeah, you were right. It's good.
Yeah. Hey, ghost stories.
So he says that
Hey, thank you.
down the trail, listening to the stories, but very quietly.
Okay. Thank you for the stars, Faye. Mahalo.
The clouds.
And aloha, everybody. I'm kind of further away from my phone, so I can't read the comments. My apologies. Just kind of hanging out, talking story tonight, but I will peek in every now and again. I didn't do protocol first, yeah. So aloha kupuna. Aloha to the spirits over here. You know me, aoli pilikia. We don't come bringing any kind of pilikia or trouble. We just come here to share stories. Please join us. Yeah, bad ones no can, and of course the rules: no follow us home, please. You don't want to follow us home. She got a big dog, you know.
A ferocious,
Nickname Poo Poo. Eh?
a ferocious little poo-poo. Hey, people gotta eat, you know? So,
No, don't eat her dog. The dog is not.
she's not tasty.
You're like, ooh, dog. Poo
No
poo.
teeth, blind. She's not blind in both eyes, just one. She doesn't
Yeah.
taste good, though.
Well, yeah, we
Not
got all the
worth it.
toys out. If you guys want to play with them, you're more than welcome to, of course, as always. But yeah, aloha. I'm sorry I forgot to acknowledge you guys earlier. But yeah, please come join us.
You're like, you're right.
I didn't bring Ava tonight. Madame Pele stories.
Yeah.
There are so many of them.
Mistake.
What?
It says to stay.
Mistake.
Mistake.
Oh, you made a mistake because you didn't
Introduce.
Yeah. My bad.
Sorry.
Lose. Oh, I didn't see that word. I want to turn that up, but it's going to knock my phones down, so I'm not going to.
I feel like, yeah, maybe I should talk to her.
Huh?
Yeah.
You want to
'cause
try?
You made the mistake.
Oh.
Just kidding.
You want to tell the story? No?
Oh no, I mean I just got a call out with wheat, so I need to be listening to the words.
Wheat is a word. It says a lot. That's one of the. We have a bunch of words that it says a lot.
And it's wheat is one?
Wheat is one.
Why?
I don't know. It's random words, and a lot of the random words are stored, and I've noticed a lot of them repeat themselves. Noun is another one.
Bacon.
Do you
Bacon.
Do you have to update it?
Nope. So
Maybe it's just hungry.
no.
Bacon?
So like when things get bacon is kind of a key word for relax, because every time things would get really intense, like I'd be talking to this thing and it would actually be giving me stuff like that, and something's mad, then it will say bacon as I'm just kidding. I'm like, what the hell, you know? So every time something bad, so I'm getting too riled up, it'll tell me bacon to calm me down.
Oh,
That's kind of my keyword for that. I've noticed that.
that's your
That's your
safe word.
Well, bacon is
Bacon.
also pork, and you can't take pork up here.
Oh yeah. Okay, that makes
So
sense.
that's why I have stories about pork over the pully too. You know?
Yeah, I've heard you tell some of those.
Yeah. So that might be it. But
I'm just checking out what's going on in the sky and the moon. Peeking through a little. The clouds are moving a lot.
I think one of my favorite Pele stories is one that was told by Glenn Grant, Dr. Glenn Grant. He wrote a book, Obake Files, and this is what most of us were raised off of. This guy started doing ghost tours in Hawaii. You know, he started collecting stories and compiling them into an anthology called Obake Files. And so you can read it's separated by sections, people's personal accounts, right?
Hawaii's X-Files.
Huh?
Is it Hawaii's X-Files?
Obake. Obake is Japanese for like strange things, strange phenomena.
Yeah, Japanese for goat.
Yeah.
Oh, Ghost Files.
Yeah. It's files
Modern.
because he filed everything, yeah? Modern, yeah. He filed everything literally in a file cabinet, all of these stories. And he had boxes and boxes and boxes of them.
That's cool.
Yeah, I grew up reading his stuff. Many people did. He passed away before I could do one of his tours, though. You know,
Were they like
2001.
handwritten?
I think so, or typed up. But he had a whole business thing too, and like a lot of the stories he said would actually kind of come to life. So he would have to get the cabinets blessed every now and then. Yeah, because some of the stories are kind of scary, right? One of them was a guy's account. They were a bunch of local guys from college going to UH, and they went into Kailua to go to a party at nighttime, right? And this was probably in the 60s, I think, from how it sounds. 60s or the 70s, but I can't remember exactly. So they go into Kailua for party, and they were drinking, and then when the party is done, it's kind of late, and they're talking about they got to get back home to Kaimuki side, around there, and they're in a truck with just the front cab, yeah, no more back seats, you know, that kind of stuff. So they jump in the car, and the passenger's like, hey, how are we gonna go home today? And the guy's like, oh, I don't know. Wait, we'll go take the poly. And the guy on the passenger seat's like, nah. The poly haunted this way. Yeah, I heard get plenty of ghosts at this hour. He's like, no. I don't like running into any ghosts. He's like, brah, don't be going chicken. You know what I mean? He's like, nah, for real. I don't like stealing ghosts. He's like, okay, fine, we'll take the long way, South Shore, Makapu. And so they start driving, yeah. Exit, yeah. So they start driving around. They go through Amanalo. And they're talking story, and they're still buzzing a little bit. And then the driver, the friend, is waiting, yeah, because he goes story Makapu too, but he never like tell them until they get to Makapu. And so they get right up to right where the lookout is, or right towards the lookout, and he's like, oh, over here, haunted too, yeah? Bro, shut up. What you mean? He's like, over here, get the lady in white, the old Hawaiian lady in white muumuu. You see her on the side of the road, you gotta pick her up because that's Tutu Pele.
Answer.
Nah, be quiet. Don't say that, bro. Don't say that. You go jinx us. He's like, nah, don't worry, bro. You see her, we go pick her up, because pick her up, you get bad luck. And the guy's like, bro, shut up. And they come up to the lookout. They go around the turn, and they start heading down. And they see a lady in a white muumuu on the right side of the road, walking down in the middle of nowhere. They start freaking out. Bro, what I told you. Look. He's like, bro, keep driving. The driver's like, nah, bro, I don't even know anything happened to my car, bro. We gotta go help her. So they pull over, crack the window a little bit. Hey, auntie, where you going? This old Hawaiian lady looks back. Oh, hey, boy, auntie, I'm going up Waimea tonight. Oh, auntie, I'm sorry. We're going the wrong way. We're going Kaimuki. Otherwise, we give you one ride. But, hey, better luck next time. She just opens the door. Lets herself in. That's okay. I go Kaimuki instead. The passenger jumps out. He's like, frick, she's going in the middle. So she sits in the middle. This old Hawaiian lady sitting in the middle. They close the door. They start driving. These guys are stone cold sober. They're just like, nobody's saying a word. They're barely breathing. They're freaking out. And then auntie in the middle. Hey, boy, any of you boys get cigarette for auntie? Oh, yeah, auntie, here. He passes her a cigarette. Starts fumbling for the lighter, the matches, like, oh, I'm sorry, auntie. Oh, no worry, boy. Auntie, get him. And they watch her as she lifts her hand up to the cigarette. And the palm of her hand starts to glow red and orange. And she lights the cigarette using the palm of her hand, takes a drag. Okay, much better. And they're looking at each other, bro, like, bro, did you see that, bro? Did you light the cigarette? And they just keep driving. And they get into Kaimuki. They get to a taxi cab stop. And they see one of their friends waiting for one fare. And they get out. They're like, oh, auntie, hey, that's our friend over there. Go. Yeah, here, we pay your way. They start giving her all their money. And they, he go take you Waimea tonight. Don't worry. Then they get her out of the car, give her all the money, and drive away. And the next day, they call the friend. They're like, the friend calls the driver. He's like, hey, so what happened, huh? What happened last night? He's like, oh, you tell me what happened. You drive that old lady to Waimea. Bro, you wouldn't believe what happened. The cigarette went light. She wouldn't use with her hand. And, bro, what you guys was smoking last night, bro? It's like, what do you mean? The lady. What do you mean one lady? I never see one lady. I just see you guys jump out of the car, throw all your money on the ground, and then burn out.
Wow. I want that magical power. Mm-hmm.
But like, there are so many stories of Madame Pele, because Madame Pele is one of the reasons why a lot of people believe in ghosts, because it's not the kind where, my brother's auntie's sister's cousin's teacher's nephew, this one happened to them. No, this is the kind grandma tell you, hey, when I was in my 30s, I saw Pele. And then uncle, oh yeah, I saw Pele too, And, oh yeah, I would pick her up on this road over here. And everybody has stories about meeting Madame Pele. She'll disappear when you get to the destination or something like that, Ironically enough, I don't have many stories of Madame Pele at all. I mean, I have a picture, which I think might be Madame. I mean, if you look at the volcano pictures, you will see Madame Pele dancing hula in the volcano. This bugger. Never mind, I cannot log into Facebook. But on my Facebook, I have pictures like at the Pali Lookout, we smelled sulfur and it was hot at nighttime. The wind was hot. And someone snapped a picture and there's a face in this orange mist that was everywhere. I think that was a Pele night. Another night I used to work with a group home with people who came out of the mental hospital. So after bingo night, I drove them up this road because I already took their meds, yeah. So And I tell you, I try to scare them, you know, like, oh yeah, you see one lady, we go pick her up, and they're like, oh, shut up, you know, right over here, sitting where Matt is over there. I saw one person sitting on top of the railing. I thought it was one homeless guy, but everybody else in the car said that it was a lady in white.
And her hand was glowing.
Of all the stories, though, that's the only one I've heard about her hand glowing. I've heard of her going in the back of the car, and then when you get to her destination, she disappears, but she leaves a burnt mark in the seat. There's many stories of people who show her aloha, and she spares their house when the volcano erupts. You know,
That's interesting. You were saying that your sister,
Jenny had a connection with Pele.
yeah,
Yes.
it's funny because sometimes, like if I'm meditating and like kind of feel connected to her, my hands will start to tingle on the inside.
We should try a light cigarette.
I should. Gross. Next time, Joe. I'll just hold up my hand and see what happens.
I haven't had many encounters with her at all. And I've been doing this for a long time, almost 20 years. Huh? I've had encounters with her counterpart, Kamapua'a, half man, half pig.
You were talking about, so that other night you were talking about how your sister would throw petals,
Mhm.
flowers,
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah. So before you told that story, I saw like flowers going in.
Astral.
Astral.
What is it?
Astral, like astral travel.
And then a bunch of them coming back out at me, and then
Yeah.
you told that story.
You're
Yeah.
talking about Maui?
Yeah.
So it says Astro?
Wow.
Mm,
I think so.
maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Well, when
That's the
it's-
word that doesn't come up. I'll tell you, I've never seen that word before.
Yeah.
She would throw the leis from the cruise ship
Yeah.
into the volcano, and they'd blow up all the non-Hawaiian flowers.
Ah.
Yeah, all the Hawaiian flowers would go into Halemaumau, the crater. But all the other ones just, nope, I don't like the pain. You know. What's
Yeah.
that? What's that purple one, white one called?
Oh,
That orchids?
the airport lay?
Yeah, the airport lei.
That's so. I got Becca plumeria.
I think that's like,
Smelled so
I think that's orchids, huh?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah, she never like, Pele no like that.
They're,
Um,
they're like, oh, cruise ship lay.
But like, Pele's wrath is something to witness. I've never witnessed it, but like, we went Big Island on November, and we went
Cells.
on this
What is it?
Cells, Cells. And me and my friend Jubu, we went to the lava field by the volcano. It's where there are footprints in the volcano. The story behind that is Kamehameha. He was battling with this other guy, and they had met at this heiau, Pu'u Kohola, the Pu'u Kohola heiau in Kona, that Kamehameha had just built, and he was actually looking to sacrifice the other guy, you know. So he invited him to a party over there, and the guy realized he was a guest of honor and said nope. And so he went back home to the south, and Kamehameha went the other way around the volcano, and they got into battle right over there. And the turning point of this war, which lasted for years and years and years, is
Big
because the volcano didn't erupt, but it spit out molten ash and sand, which covered the whole army that was fighting Kamehameha, and like wiped out about a good third of them or so. There's over 2,400 footprints still in the lava. And at that point, everybody on the Big Island heard Pele has backed Kamehameha up. You cannot, yeah. Can you imagine the whole ground turning into lava, being barefoot everywhere you step? And not just that, but covering your head, covering everything. That's gotta be horrible, you know? We have the more interesting ones, and this is why I put this 18 and over on YouTube. Legend, yeah. Coco Head Crater, you ever heard of that legend?
I don't,
You know Coco Head Crater?
yeah.
Yeah.
We drove the other day when we
South
were-
Shore.
Mm-hmm.
and it was a big
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So the Hawaii name for that is Kohe Lepe Lepe. The legend behind it is Kamapua'a, the half man, half pig. Him and Pele battled on the Big Island. Um, it was a draw, and because they were both equally powerful, they were of course attracted to each other. And so Kamapua'a, being half man, half pig, um, was very cruel to her for days and days and days, we'll put it that way. And Pele was about to die, and the only way she was saved was when one of her sisters um, detached her women parts and threw them over to Oahu, and Kamapua'a followed it. So Kohe Lepe Lepe means flying female parts, because it actually is in the shape of one. These are Hawaiian legends, Hawaiian stories. They weren't founded by Puritans and Quakers like Americans were. You know what I mean?
I mean, I threw my female parts away. Some internal.
So yeah, you drive over there, you look at it, yeah, you'll be gonna trip out now. And there's a little botanical garden inside too.
Oh.
Yeah, and a shooting range too, I think. You would be dead in seconds. The second wave was found dead on the ground. And the third wave, like they were sleeping. Oh, brah. Jubu, he knows a lot of stuff, this guy. Sulfuric? Okay. According to the plaque that I read said sand, yeah, maybe, but there was a lot of sulfur there too. Molten ash. According to actual accounts, the third wave was shocked by the dead bodies and turned around. Ooh. Brother, you gotta show me some of your sources. I would love to read more about this. That's not on the plaque when we hike them. You know what I mean? Ooh. Yeah, Hawaii's not all my ties on the beach. We'll do a scary story and then we'll call it on Facebook and YouTube. What scary story, man? Mililani?
One for you. So I've been hearing something.
Huh?
Been around us.
What you hearing?
Footsteps here and there, little noises,
Okay.
whatnot. So I went over there to go smoke, and I heard something walking on the right. So,
Oh.
And just after I heard that, Uilani asked me on the comments, "Now, do you feel or hear something walking around you, walking behind you guys?" I says, "Yeah. Actually, I do." And she's like, I says, "But I haven't said anything to nobody." And then she's like, "Yeah, there's a lady over there watching you guys."
Oh no. I hope it's not Pele.
And then she's like, "But she's okay."
Okay.
I said, "Okay." I said, "You know what? That makes sense because and I almost think that she came close to us because I felt something come up and my hair stood up and the air got cold." It was like, okay, So it was just kind of funny that Uy and I was just kind of going off while I was talking. I was like, "Yeah, that might be a little scary, just to know that hey, yeah, something is around,
Yeah.
Which, I mean, there usually is, and we,
Oh, you went outside the bubble.
yeah, but, yeah, I didn't want to smoke in
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
area,
yeah,
right? So I just kind of walked off.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it did there was a cold air.
I wish I could go outside the
I heard
bubble.
that over there.
You heard that back there on the
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Uilani says that she's nice. She's actually a family member. Makes me wonder if that's my
Oh,
mom.
Cool. Cool.
So last week we went to a fish pond, right? And
Oh, that was
it's kind
cool.
of I gotta confess, I was very, very on edge that night. I grew up in Kaneohe. I'm very familiar with the area. I've hung out there a lot, and I'm not sure what it was because we had activity, and I wasn't necessarily scared about spiritual things or the area, but I just had this very uneasy feeling, and I could not get myself to calm down. And I was very quiet the whole night. I was on edge, just kind of kept looking around, and Joe was going off telling me stories
I'm just
and
like
whatnot.
do.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of like, okay, like looking around, and I know there's homeless people in the bushes and whatnot, and these are like kind of chronic drugged out kind of people that have been kind of taking encampment in the bush. So more I'm on edge, and I kind of feel like they closed the gate there, so I'm kind of thinking like it's more like a no trespassing thing, and so I'm not sure what it is about me, but ends up Uilani tells us there's a couple spirits there, and we had activity, and so I went to light my cigarette at this one point of the night.
With your hand?
Well, no, not. Hey, good one, good one. That's a good pun. So now, but I covered it up with my hand and I lit it, and as soon as the flame sparked, Joe saw a face behind me.
Yeah, yeah. I saw a man.
He saw a man, a
That
Hawaiian
was
man
cool.
behind me.
Yeah.
And so after the live, I tell Joe, it's like, cuz you know what, bro, you want to get out of here? Let's go to the pier or something and go talk story. You know, I don't feel comfortable hanging out here. And then I started asking him about the man. And he tells me the man looks angry, you know, and he's like, yeah, okay. Hawaiian man? Yeah, Hawaiian man. You have facial hair? Like a goatee? He's like, yeah, black hair. I said, if I show you a picture, can you tell me if this was a person? So I pull up a picture and I show him the picture. And the picture is of my dad. He's like, that's the guy. And he doesn't know that's my dad yet. He's like, that was the face that I saw behind you. He's like, because my dad has a very stoic look. He has no facial expression kind of thing. So he always kind of looks angry, but he's a big teddy bear when it comes to kids. And so it's funny that, you know, my dad was there kind of probably protecting me, knowing I was on edge. And now Uilani is talking about a family member, and I'm thinking, you know, maybe if that's my family member, I don't know if it's my family member or Joe's family member, but if it's mine, maybe that's my mom here. That's kind of just casually looking on and seeing what I'm up to and what's going on here and whatnot. Like it would kind of make sense. That's just how I kind of look at it. Like I'm not afraid, but I know my mom can be some cold at times, you know. So it's like, all right, okay, you wanna put the chill on me? All right, mom, okay, you know. So yeah, it just kind of makes sense, you know. We've had some experiences here where we've had warnings that things were gonna happen, and sure enough, they happened. It's like, oh, okay. So yeah, no, I mean, but it's always interesting to come out and see this kind of stuff. I have a fairly large background of paranormal and supernatural things, and I've had very many occurrences happen to me and experiences. So these are all good.
She does. It did feel like an older person.
Yeah, that sounds like my mom.
She wants to tell me her name.
She
So
didn't want to tell me
she
her
did
name.
not. She didn't want to tell her name. Though, yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. Read the
That's
bell.
cool.
Park.
Park. Eh. We were gonna go to the pond tonight, but then we figured. You said you wanted to go out
Oh yeah.
because the pond needs a little bit of help.
Oh.
There's a spirit there that needs that. I think from what Uilani told me, that she's a little injured, and the place is very not happy.
Oh.
Yeah. And so I want to try to go back there a lot more. But then when you're like, yeah, you want to go out, I'm like, I'm not taking you there. Because it's a little bit of a walk, and it's not a place I'm very familiar with. I only went there
Got it.
once a night. You know what I mean? This is the
Yeah.
place I'm more familiar with and bringing people to. You know? That's why I'm like, I'm coming to Judd tonight, change my plans, and you're like, oh, I'm just going to stay home. I'm like, no.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Nope.
No.
We're coming to you.
I know.
Yeah, you could have
That's
done
okay.
whatever you wanted.
No,
It's funny to
I definitely heard your sister be like, you are going. And I was like, you are right.
You saw me that night here when I had the little thing?
Yeah.
That was
Your
awesome.
pendulum?
The pendulum? Yeah.
It's because, so yours,
That was so cool.
mine doesn't read the same way yours does. Like, for me, a back and forth is a no.
Mm-hmm.
A clockwise is a yes. And the way I was taught is counterclockwise is like, heck yes, absolutely 100%. Like, super.
Supper.
Supper or supper?
Supper.
Supper.
Yep,
Yeah,
supper.
we're hungry.
Yeah. And
Yeah, somebody like order us some food, you know. Uber Eats. This is our address. Imagine you get one Uber Eats delivery for Judd Trail.
that'd be awesome. Well, it wouldn't have any wheat in it. Yeah, no. Yeah, but your pendulum does the opposite, right? Wait.
I let my pendulum decide.
Well, right.
That's why I tell it,
I mean,
show
it
me yes,
says show me yes,
no.
show me no. But
Yeah.
yours, yeah, it did. Because mine usually does the same thing every time.
Yeah, and every pendulum
But,
I
like,
have always
this
does the
way
same
is
thing.
Like,
I was taught that the way that I was doing it this way. My friend Doug taught me.
some lady who taught me like my abdominal massage after I had cancer. She taught me about the pendulum and was like, hold it over objects. And,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And she's like, but you always have to
What
be
was
like,
that? Did you hear that?
Like talking,
Yeah.
moaning
Yeah.
behind you.
Yeah.
Well, there's a scream that comes out from over there sometimes, the waterfall. But yeah, that was like, actually what I heard was like, I heard that, but then I heard a shh. Very cool. You know what? We'll
Becca
get it.
wants you to rename your ghost stories.
What's that?
Becca wants you to rename your ghost stories.
Rename my spiritual encounters?
Yeah.
Wizarding in the woods.
Wizarding Woods?
I said we're gonna go and hear some ghost stories, and she's like, "We're going wizarding in the woods."
Wizarding.
She's like, "I've done that. I know all about wizarding in the woods." I was like, "Yes, yeah, we'll go wizard in the woods."
That sounds like some Wiccan stuff.
No.
We came out here a couple weeks ago. There was a circle of rocks.
Somebody was wizarding in
And
the woods.
who was it that somebody made a connection? That was winter solstice.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, I think Melody
Yeah, yeah,
was the one that brought that up.
yeah. Or winter, was it solstice? No, it's,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
so they were they were.
yeah.
It wasn't like they were
Not
conjuring
equinox.
anything. They was more
Or full moon ceremony maybe.
Yeah.
something like that.
Or new moon.
Well, we get all kind of cultures over here. I cannot keep track. We had like
Or 12/12 portal.
we 12
Oh,
12
yeah.
portal. Oh yes. Yeah, Lionsgate is coming up. I hear about that every year. I don't even know what it means. I did at one point, but I forgot now. But yeah. We're gonna call it a night actually, guys. We're just kinda hanging out over here. I much prefer talking with people than talking to people. Let me grab my phones up over here. Winter solstice happened December 23rd. Okay. Phoebe. Yes. But yeah, hey guys, the disease was. Bro, I wish I could have read all of the comments on this live. It's so interesting, you guys talking, bro. I'm gonna have to go through them again and read them, but oops, there we go. But guys, let me flip it back over here because you guys cannot see me anyway, but that's fine.
Do you want some light? You wanna?
Yeah, I have
You
lights.
wanna make an announcement, sir?
I just want to say thank you.
Maybe one day we gotta
Yeah,
get
yeah.
together.
Somewhat lit, so it's not right in your eye.
Talk about it.
Boo. Hey, you can put it right in my eye. You don't need to see anything in the pitch black, you know.
Well, I just don't want you to.
But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. We will see you guys a little bit later. I have Patreon. It's gonna go live tonight. Once I figure out, I'm gonna figure it out tonight. Yeah, or tomorrow morning. We'll see. But it's gonna go live pretty soon. And then maybe I can fund going on trips. But yeah, anyway guys, you guys have an excellent evening. I will see you guys later. Have a good weekend. Aloha.